Pixar sets the standard for 3D animation. They created a new medium for filmmaking and continually raised the bar for artistry and innovation. But Pixar's true success comes from their ability to go beyond the technical and focus on the most important element in film, and that's story. They have 22 rules for great storytelling that they adhere to in all their films. But I want to focus on just one, and that's the why must you tell this story? Why does this story need to exist, and what greater purpose does it serve? Whether it's to teach the virtues of cooperation over pridefulness, coming to terms with the death of a loved one, or pursuing your passion despite your background, all themes and ideas central to socio-emotional development. These aren't superficial love stories or fairy tales. They focus on family and respect, friendship and compassion, things kids should be learning about in their most impressionable years. I grew up on the classic Disney animated films. I loved those movies as a child, and I still do to this day. But even at a young age, I was curious why so many of them focused on love stories, or stories about a young girl giving up everything for a guy that they barely know. In The Little Mermaid, Ariel leaves her kingdom, her family, and gives up her own voice to be with some dude she saw through the water. And there's nothing wrong with stories about an ill-treated girl being swept away by a prince, but they aren't really applicable to younger kids. And it makes sense considering all these stories are adaptations of 100-year-old novels. There's a tendency in animation to oversimplify a message and boil down the central conflict into one megalomaniacal villain, with no real subtlety or context for being evil. Disney films are notorious for making their antagonists fairly paper-thin. Scar has no motivation other than wanting to rule, Gaston is little more than a thug, and even Frozen, which is a great story about sisterhood and independence, has a cliché mustache-twirling villain revealed toward the third act. This isn't by any means bad storytelling. These are all fantastic films, but these characters have so much more potential. In The Incredibles, Syndrome may be evil, but you see that character's arc.
I only wanted to help, and what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
He's layered and you understand his motivation very clearly. And ultimately, it makes him more sympathetic. Even Sid, who arguably isn't even a villain. He's a curious kid who likes to experiment with his toys. Sure, he's a punk, but we all were when we were that age. The real antagonist of Toy Story is Woody. His selfishness and fear of being replaced sets the conflict in motion, and he's challenged with accepting change as a natural part of life. And from an emotional perspective, that's much more relatable than facing your nemesis. Pixar understands that the most important stories resonate with people because they appeal to some core truth about the human condition, regardless of whether those stories are told through the eyes of toys or monsters or robots. They're able to really empathize with their audience, as if to say, we know that you're feeling this way, now let us show you why you're feeling this way. And they do it in a manner that doesn't feel preachy or condescending. They strive to teach emotional understanding. Something I've always admired about Pixar is that for the most part, they tackle subject matter that would only work as a 3D animated film. You can't adapt Toy Story into any other medium, it just doesn't work the same. You couldn't do Cars in live action or Inside Out as a play. Cinderella's been a novel, a film, a cartoon, a play, and a TV series. With Pixar, you're not going to get these stories anywhere else. Look at Finding Nemo. That's a film that took full advantage of a fresh, unique setting and told a story you could only do in the ocean. And now let's look at a similar film, Shark Tale. It came out a year later, and it's just a weird mafia gangster movie with restaurants and car washes, and all the fish are racist stereotypes.
Right on it. Snap it. You're not snapping it. Oscar. Oh, hey, don't sweat it. A lot of white fish can't do it.
It didn't embrace the medium. Animation has the ability to simplify or exaggerate and abstract or clarify. It's the perfect vehicle for storytelling and character development. It has the capacity to explore truly meaningful subject matter, and it should be more than bright colors and catchy songs. There's this connotation of childishness that comes along with animation because the audience is typically skewed young, and people have a tendency to take the term family film to mean kid-friendly. And that's just not the case with Pixar films. These are stories for everyone: fathers, mothers, teenagers, children, anyone with a beating heart and a hunger for great storytelling.